Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and I also have Ryan with me today.
Hey.
And, show you some of the updates and some of the progress on my Bullitt Mustang build here. And some indecisive things going on, and me, enjoying it, and it's going really well. But how I was going back and forth on I really like the shiny, fully restored car. And so I was thinking about all of that and then looking at the damage and then entering in my mind thinking, if I'm going to do this, one of those builds, at what point, what do I do? How would I do it? So just multiple thoughts. So while I'm playing with mine and I got it painted, so here she is, Highland green, and this is after clear coat, and she looks gorgeous. What do you think, Ryan?
Wow.
It's a nice color green.
Looks kind of like a jade green.
Mm-hmm. Or forest green, but yeah, it's I like it. But this is Highland green is what it's called.
Oh.
And did the body work to it, and I really like the way it comes out. But I was also back and forth on the tail panel being black, the spokes on the car being black, and they don't appear that way today. But then again, it's a good 50-something years later on the car as it appeared. So, thinking about some of that, and it's like, all right, well, I can do a couple of variants, but if I do that, I need to start another kit. So what do?
Wait.
You start another kit.
Why are you starting another kit when this video is about one kit? Isn't it supposed to be about one kit?
Kind of. It's one subject, but now making two versions of the same car. But you joke around about why I got so many of these kits lying around. It's like, because you can do different things with them. And that's one thing I've never really done is a weathered, rusted, dented car. I kind of stay away from them. So here I am gonna, jump out of my comfort zone and do one. But when I saw this color in satin before the clear, it looked awesome. I scuffed it just to see, how to do a little bit of coat, and I liked how it looked. So now it's like, all right. But in the movie, there's dents all over and they jump kind of all over the place. So, but it's a little shinier. But I just kind of really like the car as it appears now, and when it was sold at auction with all the damage and the patina. So I want to try and do the patina. Yeah, well, it wasn't restored, but there are some things. So, I duplicated cutting the carburetor off of this engine, so I'll do the same carburetor and intake that's going to go on this engine that I was planned for this one. And some other mods here. Like, here's my modified exhaust, because they're the cars, they took the muffler out. So this is with the muffler, and that's without. And all I did was basically clipped it right here, made new tailpipes, and then glued the mounts back onto it. So I'll do the same thing to this. It's like a 1 hour thing to do, but
1 hour?
Yeah, but I wasn't going to film all of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just kind of, to me, it's kind of boring. But, so now I got to do the same mod here that I did on this one. So, duplicate some of that stuff, and then here's the carburetor. Then some other things that kind of stood out to me, and I decided to do some research. Well, you saw I dug out all of my model kits out of the closet here.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
Yeah, but the AMT 68 Shelby has the roof console. Well, this model kit does not have the roof console, but the car does. It's going to be hard to see, though, under there, but it fits really nicely, the contour of the roof and everything, and we'll see how it fits the glass. But the unrestored car has no headliner in it, and there's no way for me to duplicate that, but the console is still there, so I'll do that. The restored car is going to have all of it. And then I was modifying the seat. Here's the seat I did come up with a long time ago.
Wow.
But I decided while I was digging out that 68 kit, here's the correct seat pattern. And it's got its own back there.
Oh, that's actually pretty nicer than that old one.
Yeah, and it's really similar. It's a little wider, so I just need to thin it just a little bit.
Why is that chipped again?
Well, this is where I put the bare metal or aluminum foil on it to change the pattern.
Okay.
So it gave it a little bit of wear and tear, and I decided I was going to leave it because it looks a little worn. But I think I'm going to put it on a restored car. The funny part is in the car now, as you know, as far as the Barrett and Jackson auction pictures went, they showed the cover partially down, but the front half of this cover was actually missing. So maybe I'll just glue that down, cut that front piece off so you can see the seats and see the cover, and maybe add the speakers it has back here, because that's how the car appears today. And you can see all of that, so maybe I'll do that to differentiate the restored car versus the survivor car. I'll call it that. And I kind of like that idea as well. So maybe I'll do that, do the survivor car seat folded somewhat down, but missing some of the components. And then the other one with the seat up, you know, ready for a passenger kind of thing. So now all I got to do is do some damage to this stuff. So there's some dents on the hood.
I know exactly how to do. Oh crap! Do damage.
So we gotta. I'll replicate some of the damage on here, and same thing. There's a couple of dents on the roof that are on the car as it appears today. Now there was a lot of damage done to the quarter panels and doors, and from what I'm reading about the car's history, is that stuff got repaired when it was sold. And then the car today has a whole bunch of that Bondo and stuff behind that paint. But the front sheet metal is much more worn as far as the paint fade and everything. Now the front valance looks like it had been completely repainted. The front bumper, he said the front bumper was replaced. Rear bumper is rusty, and it was in New Jersey for a long time. Valance panel's a little rusty. There's some rust in the corners, so I got to do a little bit of dremeling. And then this quarter panel has a little bit of damage on it. So I'll figure out how I'm going to do that, but it's real mild. So I think maybe a nice glue fingerprint right there, and then kind of work it a little bit to give it some waves and stuff. And then I still have to sand some of these mold lines off and smooth them out. Roof has some dimples in it, you know, which is in the kit, which I thought I got them out, but after painting this one clear coat, you can kind of see them. But I did get them out a lot better than this one. You can really see them in the shine where the dimples are. So, but it'll be a satin finish, so they'll be hiding some of that as well. The satin finish won't exaggerate some of those dimples. So it's almost like I gotta exaggerate the dimples a little bit so that they stand out in the paint. So I got this one assembled as far as putting the rear panel on and the front panel on. And I'll have to figure out getting some of the damage done. But another day of prime this one, some sanding, and get some of this other stuff done in satin black. And then work on this back seat here. Get that going. So, you know, now I'm just doubling all the work. But, you know, that's how some of these projects go. And you can't make a decision, you know, you're kind of two minds about something. Well, all right, why don't I just build two of them? So that's what happened here, or what's going to happen. So.
Wait, you're going to build two again?
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, sorry, I forget. People forget.
Well, you know, you want to be in the video, and then you start playing your Nintendo again in the middle of the video.
I've been doing this the whole time.
Yeah, well, doesn't seem to work that way. Not too much on your focus.
No, I heard you, but I just forgot.
Yeah, well. All right, guys. Well, that's going to complete this, and we'll see how some of this work goes. I'll show you some of the progress, but I got to duplicate some things and make some other decisions with this build as well. But thanks you guys for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and likes, shares, and subscribes. I really do appreciate all of it. You guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Also, comment the next car that we should build.
I've got a list already going. We'll see what happens.